Hello YouTube, and welcome to Loathsome Lore, the Troma and Full Moon edition. That's right, today we're going to be looking at two of my favorite film companies specializing in producing low-budget, cult, B-movie goodness. Troma Entertainment and Full Moon Productions. They've been compared endlessly throughout the years. I love them both, so we're going to get a look at my collection. I've also got some other stuff recently, some books and some graphic novels and trade paperbacks, namely Spider-Man Kraven's Last Hunt and X-Men Mutant Massacre, which are the two most important ones, courtesy of my buddy Spellbinder, who just left here shortly, not too long ago. But anyway, let's go ahead and save those for future videos. Let's go ahead and get to Troma and Full Moon, my collection, starting with Troma. Let's take a look at all my Troma movies. And some of these I did acquire recently, so this does count as a recent purchases haul video, like the other Loathsome Lores. This is episode 19, I believe. I might have said 18 earlier, if so I apologize. Episode 19, Loathsome Lore 19, the Troma and Full Moon edition. So yeah, let's start with Troma Entertainment. Troma is known for really campy, really over-the-top movies that really push the envelope. They're very bad taste. They're very offensive, and that's just the way we like them. Full Moon's take their stuff a little more seriously. But they're very proud to do low budget B movies that would probably be considered not good enough by like the mainstream. But horror buffs like me should love them. Every horror fan should be a huge fan of Full Moon. But anyway, as I said, let's start with Troma. So I've got Chopper Chicks from Zombie Town on VHS. I don't know that they still have the rights to this movie. I don't think it was actually made by Troma. I think this had something to do with it. They distributed it. Usually, I don't really consider anything truly Troma unless Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hurst have something to do with it, whether they directed it or produced it or wrote it or something. Some of these movies, they just acquired the rights later on after the movie was made. And some of them may have very little to do with. But anything that Troma had anything to do with will be included in this list. So yeah, Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town, and then Frightmare, which I'm not even sure how much they had to do with this, but I saw it on their list of movies on their website, and I do own it, so again, I'm not sure how much involvement Troma has with this movie. Troma chairman Lloyd Kaufman, I consider him the head of Troma, much like I consider Charles Band the head of Full Moon. I'm not sure how much involvement he had in some of these movies, but if it has Troma on it, it's going to be included. Like Bloodsucking Freaks, this was called The Incredible Torture Show. Then Troma got the rights to it, and they started, distributing it on video and stuff, and renamed it Bloodsucking Freaks. And it became a Troma film later on. It later became a Troma film, but I don't think they didn't distribute it when it first came out or anything. Directed by Joel Reed. Bloodsucking Freaks, very shocking, very disturbing. But it's done in a very cheesy way, very over-the-top gore. Highly recommended. And next we have Mother's Day. This was actually directed by Lloyd Kaufman's father, Charles Kaufman. Or I'm sorry, his older brother, I think. Yeah, I think Charles Kaufman was Lloyd Kaufman's older brother. So yeah, it definitely counts as a Troma film. Mother's Day. Pretty good one. I recommend it. Next we have Graduation Day. This is another one which I'm not sure how much involvement Troma had with this. It didn't even say Troma on the case anywhere. Yeah, I'm really not sure. I don't think they distributed it when it came out. I don't think Lloyd Kaufman had much to do with it, but so I'm not really certain on this one. But I know that I saw it on their website, and I know that they had something to do with it, just not sure what. So hell, I'll include it. Why not? Now we're getting to the good stuff. Now we're getting to the stuff that's really what Troma is all about. And here's the one that started it all, the Toxic Avenger. When they first founded their company, I think in 1974, it wasn't going to be until another 10 years when this came out that they really found their style. They really found what they'd be known for, and that's gory, over-the-top, campy horror comedies, mostly, that have a very low-budget feel and have over-the-top acting, and just everything's overly exaggerated, but so much fun. And this is my favorite Troma movie, The Toxic Avenger, the one that started it all. I absolutely love it. Melvin Ferd, a.k.a. Melvin Junko, played by Mark Torgel, falls into a vat of toxic waste and emerges as a muscular, hideously deformed superhero who kills all the criminals in various gruesome ways. Just awesome. Can't get enough of this. I feel like it was made just for me. I absolutely love it. Toxic Avenger. This is Troma's definitive movie, in my opinion. That's their masterwork. Then, of course, we had Toxic Avenger Part 2. I don't like this nearly as much as the first film, but it's still pretty good. Not bad. Toxic Avenger 3, Last Temptation of Toxie, is my least favorite of the Toxic Avenger movies, but it's pretty good. It's got its moments. Then we have Citizen Toxie, Toxic Avenger 4, the latest film in the series. This one was really, really good. I loved this. It felt like a proper sequel to the first film, and that the actor playing Toxie and the guy who voiced him, David Matty, played him in the played Toxie, and Clyde Lewis, I think, voiced him, if I'm not mistaken. They did a great job. It felt more like the Toxie from the first movie, but it's very, very over the top. This is the most disgusting, most vile, most offensive movie Troma has done, along with Terror Firmer and Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. Those three, including this one, are their most they're most over the top and disgusting, in my opinion. Great sequel, definitely highly recommend. I wish they'd make a part 5. Then we have the Toxic Crusaders cartoon. The first 3 episodes, and then another episode later on, I think, were compiled and made into this movie. Toxic Crusaders, the movie. Now, this was toned down considerably from the movies, which were very violent and full of nudity and full of R-rated offensive material. This one was appropriate for kids, and I remember watching this when I was younger. I loved it. A great cartoon. It's very reminiscent. And the Ninja Turtles is the same animation style. Toxie and No Zone and Major Disaster and Headbanger and Junkyard and all them, and Dr. Kill 'Em Off. Great show. I love it. I love Roger Bumpus, Squidward, voices the Toxic Avenger, which is, or Toxic Crusader here, actually, which is really awesome. Absolutely love it. I actually like it better than, I think it's probably my second favorite incarnation of Toxie next to the first movie. I like it better than any of the sequels. Though Part 4 comes close. And Part 2 is pretty good, too. Then we have Class of Nukem High, another one of Toma's favorites. It's a great movie. This came out 2 years after Toxic Avenger. It's very similar, the over-the-top acting and campiness and gore and nudity and just, it's a lot of fun. It's spectacular. I highly recommend it. Class of Nukem High, another one of the films Troma is known for. Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hers did that one as well and did a great job. Then we have Class of Nukem High 2 and 3. These ones were not directed by Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hers. But they produced them, and these feel like Troma movies very much, but I feel like something's missing. I don't know. They're not quite as good as the first movie, and I don't know. There's a lot of nudity, there's some gore, there's a lot of gross stuff, there's a lot of offensive stuff and bad taste, but I feel like something about it was toned down. They feel a little tamer. They don't feel quite as over the top as the movies that Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hers had more to do with, the ones that they directed and stuff. But they're still okay. I recommend them. Part 3 is probably the worst, but they're okay. They got their moments. This one has Troma, the giant mutant squirrel, so, the introduction of Troma. But I'd say give them a watch. They're not bad. But I think this is the real sequel, Return to Nukem High, Volume 1. This came out in 2013, so it's not even that old, really. I think this was the best one since the original. I really, really like this a lot. They need to release Volume 2 already. It's been years. We've been waiting all this time. They actually did release it at a screening in 2017, I believe. Now it's 2 years later. We still haven't got a proper DVD or Blu-ray release. Release Volume 2, please. I really want to see it. I've seen clips from it. I've seen trailers. It looks awesome. It looks like it might be even better than this one, which I loved. Please release Part 2, because I love the Nukem High films, and they definitely, this was definitely a return to form. Much better than the other sequels. Then, of course, we have Tromeo and Juliet, which is pretty much their take on Shakespeare. This movie's hilarious. Very over the top, very funny. Very gruesome, chock full of nudity and blood and guts and all the things that Troma's known for. It's offensive, it's in poor taste, it's Troma, and it's awesome. And then this might be the definitive Troma best of type movie, because this has Easter eggs and nods to other Troma movies. I feel like this is just like, when you think of Troma, you think of Terror Firmer, because this is just like their opus, I mean, they're known mostly for Toxic Avenger, but this movie just like took everything that was great about all the movies they ever made and blended it up and put it into one. It's vile, it's offensive, it's very, very messed up. It scarred me for life in a good way. It's ridiculous, it's cheesy, it's gory, chock full of nudity. It's just totally off the wall. I guarantee this will be the craziest movie I've ever seen. It's just insane. I don't think I was quite ready for this movie when I first saw it, when it first came out, but I love it. It's really grown on me over the years, and it's just awesome. Yeah, they really they were really on their game with this one. They put everything into it, and you can tell. This is kind of, yeah, this is their masterwork in my opinion. This is the Troma movie, Terror Firmer. So that does it for the Troma movies. Unfortunately, I had another one coming in the mail, Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD, from 1990. Another really funny, hilarious movie. More of a comedy. There's not really many horror elements. Mostly a comedy on that one. But I love it, and it hasn't got here yet, so that'll have to wait. I didn't want to wait any longer to make the video, so anyway, let's go ahead and get to Full Moon. Full Moon, Charles Band's company, formed from the ashes of Empire Pictures, which was known for Reanimator, From Beyond, Dolls, a lot of other movies. That's another video right there, a whole other video. Full Moon's excellent, and I do have this 45 trailer reel. It says 45 different trailers from different Full Moon movies. Highly recommended, pretty cool. And Full Moon, probably known most like Toxic Avenger is to Troma, Puppet Master is to Full Moon. That's what they're mainly known for. Puppet Master, 1, 2, 3, my favorite. Part 3 is my favorite. Part 2 is my second favorite. 4, 5, Curse of Puppet Master, Retro Puppet Master Legacy, and Puppet Master Demonic Toy versus Demonic Toys. Speaking of Demonic Toys, yes, I also have Demonic Toys. Doll Man, which is another good Full Moon movie. Demonic Toys. And there's Doll Man versus Demonic Toys. Then, of course, there's Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. And then there's Demonic Toys 2, Personal Demons. This one's also connected to the movie Hideous. Just much like this one, also follows Bad Channels. It's a sequel to Demonic Toys, Doll Man, and Bad Channels. Yeah, wow. Yeah, they're mostly of Puppet Master. I think Puppet Master is the best thing they've ever done. Best thing Full Moon's ever done so far. And Demonic Toys is really good too. I like the first one the best. And Doll Man vs. Demonic Toys is great too. The other two, not so much. Alright, and my other favorite Full Moon series got to be Subspecies. And here's the complete chronicles. Parts 1, 2, 3, and 4, and also the Vampire Journals. Radu, played by Anders Hovs, one of the most badass vampires in a movie you will ever see. He's just friggin' awesome. Yeah, love me some Subspecies. And I hear that they're making a return to this. They're bringing Subspecies back. There's going to be a part 5. I can't wait. That's just awesome. Love me some Subspecies. It's right up there with Puppet Master and Demonic Toys. It's some of the best things they've ever done. And I think one of my other favorite horror movies they ever did was Castle Freak. This has got Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton from Reanimator. It's also directed by Stuart Gordon, who directed Reanimator, and produced by Charles Band. I think he may have came with the story too. I think he might have a writing credit. He also composed the music. Yeah, he had based on an original idea from Charles Band. That's right. Stuart Gordon directed it and wrote it. Castle Freak's very good, very scary, really good movie. This is one of the better horror movies, and it's actually pretty serious too. It's not too cheesy like some of their other stuff. So yeah, I definitely recommend Castle Freak. Then of course there's the Trancers movies. I have the first 3 here: Trancers 2 and Trancers 3. The beginning of the trilogy. I need to get well, the whole trilogy I guess is the first 3, but I need to get Trancers 4, 5, and 6. But yeah, I do have the first 3. Very good. Tim Thomerson is awesome. He was also Doll Man, of course. Brick Bardo. He plays Jack Death in these movies. He's just awesome. He's a badass action hero. He travels back in time to the present day to fight his nemesis. Trancers are great movies. Highly recommend Trancers. Some of Full Moon's best work. Then we have some other Full Moon stuff here. I used to see these two in video stores all the time. Head of the Family and Hideous. Yeah, I remember always noticing these in the video store growing up. I was like, man, I got to see those. And I saw them. I'm sure they're pretty new at the time. And I saw them shortly after that. So I saw these when they were still relatively new, and now I own them. Yeah, pretty good, pretty fun stuff. Jacqueline Novelle was in both of them, and she's pretty cool. She was like a model, I think. Yeah, check them out. Hell, Charles Band actually directed this one. So yeah, I recommend them. They're supposed to be making a sequel to this, Bride of the Head of the Family, and Hideous, Demonic Toys 2, Personal Demons, like I said. The main villain returns in that movie, so that's like a sequel to Hideous. This kind of did get a sequel, even though it's also a sequel to Demonic Toys. They go all out with their crossovers. I don't have the Evil Bong films. I'm not really interested in those. But anyway, let's get to the next franchise, Killjoy. I saw this when it first came out in 2000. I thought it was terrible. I thought it was just god-awful, little to no redeeming qualities. Angel Vargas, who plays Killjoy, is kind of entertaining. He's kind of fun to watch. But mostly, it's a very bad film. There's not really much to like about it. And then I saw the second one when it came out 2 years later. I thought it was awful as well. A little bit better than the first one, a slight improvement, but not nearly good enough. Trent Haga takes over as the titular demonic clown of the namesake, and he was a little better than Angel Vargas, but it was pretty bad too. So much that I didn't even bother when I heard they made a part 3. I was like, I'm not going to watch that. But then I did finally give it a chance a few years later, and I actually thought this movie was pretty fun. It was way better than the first two. It was actually enjoyable. It wasn't great or anything. It wasn't nearly one of Full Moon's best movies by any means. Charles Band produced it, of course. But I thought this was actually a lot of fun. And then Killjoy Goes to Hell, the fourth film, I thought was even better. This movie was a blast. This movie was highly entertaining. I really love Trent Haga here. And then his minions, Punchy, Freak Show, and Batty Poop, they're awesome. That was a great idea. So yeah, 3 and 4 are great. And this one's even better. This is the only franchise I can think of where each movie gets better than the last. How many franchises can you name where each entry is better than the last one? It just gets better as it goes on. Not very many. Usually it's the other way around. Usually they get worse. But this one gets better each time. Because these ones sucked. This one was really good. This one was great, I thought. They're not masterpieces or anything. They're very, very stupid and very silly, but they're fun. I don't have Killjoy's Psycho Circus yet. It was supposed to come in the mail, like Sergeant Kabuki Man. I haven't got it yet, but I went ahead and made the video anyway. So I haven't seen that one. Hopefully it's the best one yet and continues the trend of them getting better as they go on. Then, of course, there's the Ginger Dead Man trilogy. Gary Busey actually plays the human, the serial killer, Millard Findlemeyer or something. I don't know. Yeah, Millard Findlemeyer. I can't really remember that. He plays the killer who gets executed and comes back as a demonic gingerbread man, kind of similar to Chucky or Jack Frost. He voices the Ginger Dead Man. Very ridiculous, very silly, but pretty fun. It's stupid as hell, but it's enjoyable. It's entertaining. Then, Gary Busey voices him, so, you got to see it just for that. Then, of course, they made part 2 and 3, which, they're pretty bad, honestly, but they're fun. If you want to turn your brain off for a few hours and watch a guilty pleasure, these movies do the job. Gary Busey didn't return for either of them. They also did a fourth one, Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong, but since I haven't seen any of the Evil Bong films and don't really have any interest in it, I don't know if I'll be checking that one out. But if I do, I'll let you guys know what I think. And there's also Doll Graveyard and Ragdoll. I haven't even watched Ragdoll yet, so I can't comment. Doll Graveyard was okay. Charles Band is very obviously, he directed this and produced it. He's very obviously obsessed with killer dolls and evil toys and stuff. But I think the best thing that he ever had anything to do with was Dolls, the original Dolls that was done by Empire Pictures before Full Moon was actually founded. And of course, Demonic Toys and Puppet Master, for sure. But they've made a lot of other doll movies since then. There's other ones like Blood Dolls and I think a few others that. There's another one. I can't even think of the name of it. It had a really long title, but they're not very good. Puppet Master, Demonic Toys are great, and of course Dolls, like I said, which is done by Empire. But all right, guys. Well, that's pretty much my my Troma and Full Moon collection. I'll be getting a lot more, and as I said, there are others coming in the mail. Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD, and from Troma, and Killjoy's Psycho Circus, the 5th movie from Full Moon. So I do got some more coming. There's other ones I want to get, like Surf Nazis Must Die, Splatter University, both from Troma, a few others. And there's ones from Full Moon I still want to get, like Dr. Mordred with Jeffrey Combs. It's kind of like Doctor Strange. It was actually originally supposed to be Doctor Strange. And there's also The Pit and the Pendulum. I have the original with Vincent Price, but I don't have the Full Moon version with Lance Henriksen. So I definitely intend to get those, and my Troma and Full Moon collections will be growing even bigger. So pretty soon I'm going to run out of room for them. But yeah, so let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about Troma Entertainment and Full Moon Productions? Which one do you like better? Maybe I'll do a versus video and compare the two sometime soon. Which one do you like better? Both companies proudly specialize in making low-budget B cult movie goodness, and we love them for it. Both have totally different styles, but both are kind of similar in some ways too. And I love both of them. My life would be incomplete without Troma and Full Moon. Alright guys, I'm Hellhound. Thank you for watching the latest episode of Loathsome Lore and episode 19. And until next time, see ya.